And welcome back to the Utica Curling Channel. We are bringing you Game 2 in Pool B of the 2026 GNCC College Curling Championship here at the Utica Curling Club. And it may be cold outside. I'm showing -3, but it's nice and toasty inside the shed at a warm 38 to 40 degrees. Our feature matchup this late morning is the team from Castleton. They'll be playing the Red Rocks. They'll be playing Harvard 2, playing the Yellow Rocks. It's a matchup of our top two teams in Pool B. 1-0 after their first game, and they've got the best DSC, draw to the button measures of any teams in that pool. Should be a good one. We're about to get underway. Looks like we'll have a delay in starting our game this morning. The Harvard team has managed to lock themselves out of their car, and they will be late arriving. So stand by while we wait for teams. All right, we're finally underway. Harvard was late appearing for the game, so an end was hung. 1 point awarded to Castleton. They also retained the hammer for the second end in play. 1 end in the books because of the late arrival. As always, we'll keep you updated on games going on other sheets. This is pool game 2 in Pool B. Teams will play 3 games in pool play for placement into the playoffs. Top 6 teams in pools A and B, ranked by the win-loss records and their draws to the button, or their DSCs, will advance on to the championship round. The top 2 ranked teams will receive a bye into the semifinals. The remaining 4 will play for a semifinal spot against those 2 teams. All games are scheduled for 8 ends, but subject to a 1 hour 50-minute time clock. Teams must finish 7 ends at the 1 hour 50 mark in order to play their 8th end. No end may be started after 1 hour and 50 minutes. In the event of a tie game at the end of regulation, we will play a full extra end. We had a couple this morning. Made for a tight turnaround in our draw this morning. The no-tick rule is in effect. So opposition guards touching the center line may not be moved off the center line until the 6th thrown rock. And of course the free guard zone is in effect. First 5 rocks. Opposition guards may not be removed from play. So we're at our second end of action. A little unusual. The team leading 1-0 still has the last rock advantage because of a hung end. Castleton sitting 2 early in the end. Tanner Ciofo for Castleton. Sukraj Dulé with his second. Looking to remove one of these red stones. Going to be a little light. Leaves 3 stones on the forefoot for Castleton. Take a chance to run down the lineups here. For Castleton, the 4th is Remy Maynard playing vice skip. Kaylee Abbott Bishop throwing 3rd and skipping. Tanner Ciofo at 2nd. Jess Hansard at lead. For Harvard 2, Annabelle Rayson is skip. Sukraj Dulé at 3rd. Luke Kaufman playing 2nd and Jason Ding at lead. Kaylee Abbott Bishop with a guard attempt comes into the house. It's sit 4, however. Now I think the order of the day is to remove some of these red stones. Annabelle Rayson with her first. Looking to apply some Visine here and get some of the red out of the house. This is going to move something. If it gets by the yellow, this looks like a nice shot and gets rid of a couple stones. Moves one to the back 8, one out of the house altogether. Sits third shot. Actually quite close, might be second shot. Hard to tell which of these two rocks is shot. Yellowstone in the back 8 might be second. Very close. Much better than it was. Castleton was hitting 4, now probably no more than 2. Now Remy Maynard with his first here in the second end. Just looking to draw in here. Starting to move now. Oh, come up a little bit short. Does cut the draw path off to the 4-foot, but unfortunately does leave shot stone wide open. Or at least 7/8 open. Couple of options here. Kind of like the hit and roll. If you can get just to the inside of this, you could roll underneath. Got to throw a pretty soft weight shot. And the other option with throwing that particular turn is you could get the double. You don't really need to take the one off the back 8. Looking to get rid of a stone. A little dangerous here if you happen to chip your yellow on the way out. It would leave red sitting a bunch. Last rock, second end for Harvard's Annabelle Rayson. And this one's over curled already, just light. And that's going to probably allow Castleton an opportunity to score 3. Looks like a little bump up on this red on the top 12. We'll bump that rock into the house. Just bump that up into the 4-foot. Last rock, second end. Remy Maynard looking for a tap up for 3. Trying to make this curl. Got to catch the edge of this rock. It's getting better. Now they got to straighten it out. And taps it up into the 4-foot. Beautiful shot there by Remy Maynard. Very nice. That looks like a score of 3. Trying to make this curl. Got to catch the edge of this rock. It's getting better. Now they got to straighten it out. And taps it up into the 4-foot. Beautiful shot there They almost overbaked it. They almost overcurled it. Looks like a score of 3, and maybe calling for a measure here to see if it's 2 or 3. From our overhead camera, it looks pretty much like it's red, but it's close. Here comes the stick. And it was only 2. So Castleton leads 3-0 after 2 ends of play. If you're confused about which direction the players are shooting, it's because of a hung end. Harvard having a little delay getting to the club. Update in other games around the rink. Syracuse leads Yale 2-1 after 1. RIT2's grabbed a 2-0 lead over Penn 2 after 1. Colgate 2 had a thrilling upset win at an extra end last night. They lead 1-0 over RPI 2 after 1. And Bowdoin 1 leads Penn State 2 4-0 after 1. That catches you up around the rink here in Pool B, the 2026 GNCC College Championship and Northeast Regional Qualifier for the USA Curling National Championships. Top 2 finishers in this event get automatic bids to the National Championships, which will be held in Schenectady this year at the Schenectady Curling Club. Just an hour and a half away here from Utica. Some teams have already qualified on the basis of their qualification points they earned by playing on the college tour. But there is always the hopeful teams that hope they can win this event or finish second as a runner-up and get that automatic bid. A couple teams are probably in that boat, Penn and Syracuse, probably being 2 of them. That may have to finish in the top 2 in order to qualify for the national championships this year. chance for Castleton to remove one of the Harvard stones. Need to roll a little bit to sit 2. And nose hit would be 3rd shot. Tanner Ciofo, they need to curl this as much as they can. They're going to catch a piece. And we'll remove that stone from play. Castleton does remain shot stone in the 8-foot. If they can throw it, they can play off this stone. Remove the red stone and roll away to sit split 2. And just not enough juice on this one. It's going to leave a guard for Castleton, which they may use. Although you can't go too deep behind this. So the guard is so high, it's almost not in play. Too easy to curl around it. Tanner just looking to come around the center guard. Probably bite top 8. Try to sit 1-2. Way out there. Weight doesn't look bad. Just got a little outside. This is going to sit in the 4-foot. Shot stone. Harvard will now have to try to hit and roll underneath. Crash the guard. Now an opportunity for Castleton to guard up their shot stone. That's a good looking guard. I think Harvard's going to have to clear that guard in order to have an opportunity to have a bigger scoring area. Right now the scoring area is quite tiny. Almost need a piece of the button to score. Sucrange Goulet looking to freeze on the shot stone. Line looks great. Line is just soup. They get by. Oh, they just crashed on the guard. Now that's a usable rock in the top 8. They could guard again, but there would be a little kind of raised double. Looks like Castleton is going to opt for another guard. But there would be a very interesting opportunity for Harvard if this guard gets to the center line. Kaylee Abbott Bishop, skip throwing third rocks, throwing a guard here. In the third end. And very nice guard. Now there's a very interesting opportunity for Harvard. If you hit a half a rock, drive the yellow into the outer rock on the 8-foot. That rock goes there, this rock goes there. Everything goes out. Not sure they threw enough weight for that shot. They're just going to wind up freezing. It's going to bounce just a, oh boy, just went by. Thought they would get the little bounce. Just a little too much weight. And now that shot rock is protected, Castleton can think about removing this yellow. It's a little tricky, but if you hit this yellow close to nose, it should go out the back. Yep, I think they're going to give it a go and remove that yellow stone from play. The yellow stone can be raised, so that's the concern. First shot, third end for Castleton. Remy Menard. Looks like they're just throwing the draw here instead of the hit. Just looking to get in behind this guard a little bit. They might wind up setting up a double. I'm not sure I like this call. It's in a good spot. Castleton sits 1-2. I think they tucked it under just enough that the double's not there. If you try removing shot stone, I think it'll jam on the other red. or trying to remove the rock that was just thrown. Probably have to give it a try, though. Might be able to get it over the top. If you hit it really thin, it might go out this way. Your shooter would stay. It would catch on your own yellow. It would at least open up the scoring area. You get really lucky, you might move all 3 red stones. And this one over curled already. Just turn this in a little bit. It's going to rack on the top guard. But it does open up the nose double down the middle. Unfortunately, that may not be for shot. Just looking for a guard here. Cover the 2-shot stones. Probably need to finish this a little bit. Yep, cover the top stone. Do have this. If you come here, that yellow jams. This goes. And then that one goes. You might get lucky and catch one on the 4-foot as well. You have to throw a bullet and hit the top one pretty thin. It's awfully hard to get inside. The other option is just to raise it into the button area. That would be pretty well protected. Might be the easiest. Not sure how to get there though with raised weight. This high corner guard's in the way. You might have to come inside out. Last rock, third end. And this is over curled as well. They're going to get to the inside. And they make the little roll, but Not thin enough, and it'll be a steal of 2. 5-0 Castleton after 3. Let's catch you up with other scores around the rink. Yale 2 leads Syracuse 1, 3-1 after 2. RIT 2 leads Penn 2, 3-0 after 2. Colgate 2 is building on their good work. They lead 2-0 after 2 against RPI 2. And over on sheet 6, Bowdoin 1 leads 5-0 over Penn State 2 after 2. Syracuse team has gotten themselves into trouble almost every end. In last night's game, they couldn't stand prosperity. Every time they grabbed a 2 or 3 point lead, they would give 2 or 3 back. He did eke out a fairly thrilling extra end victory, stealing the extra end. And same thing today. They took 1 in the first and gave up 3 in the second. Looking to grab those back. And our feature game has been all Castleton so far. Quick update of scores. Syracuse grabbed 3 spot. They now lead 4-3 over Yale 2 after 3. RIT 2 grabbed another steal of 2. They lead 5-0 over Penn 2. RPI 2 scored 2 on Colgate 2. They tied that game up now 2-2. Colgate with a hammer in the 4th. And over on sheet 6, Bowdoin 1 in control 8-0 over Penn State 2 after 3 ends. Feature matchups, 5-0 Castleton. Harvard's got a little biter in the top 12. Down to thirds rocks. Kaylee Abbott Bishop just looking to draw around. Sweeping this to hold the line. The weight's not bad. Not sure they can get by. They're going to crack the yellow. Roll in for shot. It is wide open. Now good chance for Harvard this end. Probably want to make a long roll here. I don't want to roll to the back 4, but probably roll across the house, maybe somewhere back here. Oh, the weight was really nice, just over curled. Needed a little more room for that ice, or a little more ice for that weight. Now Castle will be content just to guard that stone on the 8-foot. Kaylee Abbott Bishop, her guard attempt. Got a little bounce, which helped partially cover shot stone. Over curled a bit, got a little bounce off the yellow guard. It's pretty much open. If you can throw hack to just through the ring's weight, should be able to get to the inside. This would be a golden opportunity for Harvard. Just a little roll inside. Sucraj Dulé looking for a little back ring weight, tap and roll. You do need to remove this red from play. Need to let it curl. Of course, I don't know if they got enough weight here. It's going to get to the inside. That's really nice if they can get that far enough, and they did. Nice job there by Sucraj Dulé. Play. Need to let it curl. Of course, I don't know if they got enough weight here. It's going to get to the inside. That's really nice if they can get that far enough, and they did. Harvard now sitting 2 buried. Castleton now looking just to come down to this shot stone. Freeze to it. Want to make sure this rock on the top 12 doesn't count. Not likely to get shot stone out of this, but looking to get good second shot. And reduce the scoring area. Remy Menard with his first. Looking for a freeze. Gonna have to hold the line here. And it's just too light. Line was perfect, just too light. Now a huge opportunity for Harvard. They can lock one onto their own shot stone. I think Harvard should be looking at coming around. This will be fresh ice out here. So it may run a little slower. Not a ton of ice to get around this guard. It is fairly high. First skip stone or Annabelle Rayson. Looking to get around this high corner guard. Sit 3. Here in the fourth end. This one is way out there. Has actually hit the sideline. No help there. Now Castleton is going to try their luck out here wide. Finding the correct boom placement out here can be a little challenging. I haven't been out here during the game at all. I don't know if it curls a lot or a little out here. We'll find out. Last rock fourth end for Remy Menard and Castleton. One more to come. And it just runs really straight. Does outcount the rock on the top 12, but this should be an open hit for 3. That would get Harvard back in the game. Can't overthrow this. Need to be a little soft here. That draw ran very, very straight. I'd be tempted to throw hack weight here. Just to make sure you got a little bit of control and some curl. Need to remove this red stone completely from play to score your 3. Last rock, fourth end. Annabelle Rayson looking, hit and stick for 3. And will. Harvard's back in the game. They trail by 2 now, 5-3 after 4. Castleton with the Red Rocks. They will have the last rock advantage in the 5th end. Hey, at the 4th inning break, this is a good time to introduce the teams. We got some information for the Castleton team. Remy Maynard is the 4th, and the vice skip. Home club is Schenectady. Hometown is in Scotia, New York. He's been curling for 8 years. When he's not curling, he is interested in tennis and Fortnite. Says hello to Mom, Dad, Nana, and Papa. The 3rd and skip of the Castleton team is Kaylee Abbott Bishop. Curls out of Rutland Rocks up in Vermont. Hometown is Newbury, Mass. Been curling for 3 years. And when she's not curling, enjoys reading. Working on a 100-ton captain's license and attempting to keep plants alive. I can sympathize with that. Says hello to family, friends, Venus and Millie. The 2nd is Tanner Sufo. Curls out of Rutland Rocks, hometown right there in Rutland, Vermont. Been curling for all of 3 months. Doing very well, I think, curling for that short length of time. And when he's not curling, enjoys tennis and lifting weights. You need that in a front ender. A lot of strength to sweep those rocks. Says hello to Remy's mom and Jess's sister. And finally, the lead, Jess Hansart. Curls out of Rutland Rocks and the Nutmeg Curling Clubs out of North Haven, Connecticut. Curled for 1 year. And other than curling, enjoys fencing and volleyball and making coffee mixes. Says hello to Savannah, Anna, Mom, and Dad. That's your Castleton team. And they lead 5-3 and have last rock here in the 5th end. Playing the Red Rocks. Harvard got themselves back in the game with a very nice 4th end. Looking to build on it. Nice little angle raise there. That worked out very well. Harvard got themselves back in the game with a very nice 4th end. Build on it. Nice little angle raise there. That worked out very well. A little bit of a plan B there, but it worked out sit 2 just the same. Kind of like the blooper in baseball. Looks like a line drive in the box score the next day. Castleton's hitting 2 with hammer. 1 in the 4-foot guarded. Right on the tee line. And Castleton's got some sauce cooking here in the 5th. That draw attempt came up a little bit short. Now a chance for Harvard to play on shot stone. It's like a hack weight come around tap. It's a tough shot. Oh, that's way out there. You can push that all day, but it's not coming back far enough. Scared it. Covered shot stone. I'm not sure it split those two reds onto the rings, so Castleton still sitting 2. There's a run back, a raise for Harvard. They're going to try to tap up this yellow stone in the middle. Tap up that one. Sukraj Dulé looking for a little tap up. Plenty of curl here. They got to get to the nose. It's pretty close. Hit it just a little high. Does get it into the 4-foot. It is a good second rock. That'll cut down the scoring area. Castleton's just going to guard their 1. Just better hope that Harvard doesn't ever get that shot stone out, because they'll have no way to get at it. Didn't leave them much. Very tight ice for a draw. Yeah, not much rotation to start with, and that lost rotation. Either picked or grabbed. Castleton looking to see if they can draw the 4-foot. Set up their second point. Line's terrific. If they can get this to the 4-foot, it's gold. Oh boy, the line was absolutely perfect, just about 2 feet short. Great sweep there by the front end. There's a little tap here to sit too. Double tap. Remy Maynard with his first. Trying to make this curl. Oh, it's just not heavy enough. Yeah, a little wide. Didn't do much. Now what does Harvard do? They can't play the yellow, and it just raises the red one into the rings. They don't have any yellows to promote. Probably just need to guard that double tap. Somewhere in there. Castleton's going to play that double tap again. Last rock, fifth end for Harvard. One more rock to come. Looking to guard this double tap. This one may not curl enough to cut it off. That might have done the job. It's going to curl just, ooh, I don't know, maybe a triple tap. Yeah, locked it on that top red. I think that's probably good enough. That raise is pretty risky. Castleton lead is pointing out a red raise, but that could be disaster. You could raise that yellow right into your red stone in the back four. I think this would be a good chance to probably just eat your rock and take the one. I'd be very surprised if there's enough curl here to get to the 4 foot. Last rock, fifth end. And it's just going to come up short. It's a score of 1. Castleton gets their single in the 5th. They lead by 3, 6-3. Harvard 2 with the yellow rocks. They will have the last rock advantage in the 6th end. Let's update our scores around the rink. Syracuse now leads 6-3 over Yale 2 after 4 ends. RIT in complete control of their game against Penn 2. They lead 6-0. We have a tight one over on sheet 5. Oh, we get a score update. RPI 2 just grabbed another 3. And they now lead Colgate 2 6-2 after 5. And over on sheet 6, Bowdoin 1 complete control. They lead 9-0 after 4. Well, Colgate 2 has RPI 2 exactly where they want them. Last night they were down 5, stormed back to win in an extra end. They might need a little more help tonight. They've only got 3 ends to go to make up a 4-point deficit over on sheet 5. And our feature game is 6-3 Castleton over Harvard 2. Harvard playing the yellow rocks. They will have the last rock advantage in this end. An opportunity for Harvard to bury one behind the corners. Went a little deep. Now a chance to shift the advantage to Castleton if they can hook one around these corners. Oh, the line was great, but the weight was not willing. Here's a nice center guard, however. They might want to clear that center guard. They're going to have a very difficult time scoring. And might be able to go through the hole here. Now they're going to clip the guard. And that's probably a fairly simple raise. The only question is which way you want to come at it. Go either way. You could tap it this way or you could tap it this way. Either way, they're just looking to tap this up straight back. Sometimes this boils down to which line do you know best and which turn that your player prefers to throw. It looks like quite a bit of weight for a tap up. Oh, quite a bit of ice. Can tap it on the high side. That would nudge it underneath the corners. And the question is, where is the line here? Well, the line's not bad if it got some weight. Just got by the corner guard. Yeah, it's just too much ice for that shot. They did split the two stones on, so now Castleton does hit 3. Now they're going to have to clear something out to have a way to get to the 4-foot. Right now, there is no available draw to the 4-foot. Requires delay. Well, you can get through the hole, but not with draw weight. That is going to miss everything. Probably couldn't do that again if you tried. I like a little tap up here. You could tap and roll for a guard. You could play this tap and just roll in a little bit. This one goes in. like to have your scoring rock be a little closer to the pin than biting the 12-foot. I think this one's a little bit tight. They jumped this right away. Holding the line really nice. They might get the little split we diagrammed. No, it's just going to over curl. Going to get a wee tap. And needed T-line weight there. Now the draw is, out-turn draw is just impossible. Is this corner guard? This corner guard is in the way of the draw. You could play the in off. That works. And the draw is just not there. You can probably wick here. And it's going to wick. Roll to a good spot. That's about the only way to get in. Is the straight draw is just too tight. Now you can get this rock and roll in. Through the hole and in. This should curl pretty hard. I would expect to have to throw pretty firm weight in order to hold the line here. Remy Menard. Boy, you kind of started this inside too. Sweeping like crazy. And just clipped it. Yeah, just started the rock a little bit with his release. Did clear the guard. Shot rock's now wide open, but chance for Harvard to set up two. I think they're going to have to cover their yellow stone. Probably a guard would be in order. Let's put it a little closer, somewhere in there. Gonna have to come this way. Again, this high corner's in the way with the other path. If they guard shot stone here, Harvard might be able to score their deuce coming around the other side. First things first, they got to protect shot stone. And just this direction is just not possible. It's going to over curl. They're going to chap again, it looks like. That same tick shot, but too much weight this time. And had to come inside out to throw the guard. That was the only clear path. And now without the guard in the way, they just saw the shots. Remy Menard can throw that same inside out hit. It curls amply hard here. They swept the jeebers out of the last one and almost got it by. This time they won't have to worry about the guard being in the way. Should be able to hit this and sit 4, maybe 5 actually with the biter. Last rock 6th in, Remy Menard looking to remove shot stone. Curling hard. Good enough. Got rid of shot stone. It's going to roll out. Ooh, maybe it's going to hang. It rolled out. Castleton sits 4. And Harvard will have a tricky little draw to get their 1. I think it's easier to go this way. They're going to try to squeeze one through this hole for their 1. Again, that high corner guard is just in the way. This will be very tight. You'll have to squeak by both. This is tight. They're going to have to look for that chap and roll again. Oh, they got the chap. Now how far will it roll? And it'll roll for 1. So they got their 1. Again, a little squeaky roll. And Castleton leads Harvard 6-4. After 6. Castleton will have the last rock advantage. Here in the 6th end. Correction, 7th end. We have lots of updates for scores. Syracuse leads Yale 2 6-4 after 5. Syracuse with a hammer. Penn 2 has grabbed 3 to tighten up their game. It's now 6-3, RIT 2 over Penn 2 after 5. Colgate's grabbed 1 to catch up to RPI 2, but they still trail by 3, 6-3 after 6. Penn State 2's on the board on sheet 6, but they trail 9-1 after 5. And our feature match is a 2-point game. Castleton leads Harvard 6-4. And sheet 6 is a final. Bowdoin is victorious over Penn State 2, so they notch a win. A lot of cards in play here in this end that benefits Harvard. Looking at the time clock, only 5 minutes left. Maybe enough time for them to complete this end and get the 8th end in. Syracuse gave up a steal of 2 in the 5th end, so they're all tied 6-6 after 6. This will be their last end. Syracuse will have the hammer. In our feature match, it looks like this may be our last regulation end, as time clock is down to 1:40. Seems unlikely this end would finish before time expires. Yeah, I think the draw is the call. First one to the 4-foot wins here. This looks like it may be heavy, sweeping it from line. And just too heavy. So no one in the house yet. A lot of guards in play. Who will get to the 4-foot first? We're down to Skip Stones. Harvard's going to need 2 to get to an extra end. They're going to have to score. Going to have to score their last 2 stones. Looking at the hit and roll, but if you need to go to a certain spot on the sheet, it's much easier to draw than it is to play hit and roll. Hit and roll is probably the toughest shot for precision placement. Draw is usually easier. So Harvard needs to be shot stone after this throw, or else it looks impossible for them to score 2. Don't see any easily available splits. Annabelle racing with her first, needs to be shot rock. Might need another little chap and roll. And they're going to get one. Oh, they almost got the split on the one in the top 12. They are shot stone. And Castleton can see about half of that rock. This is one of those situations where you'd love to chip out shot stone. That probably wins the game. If you throw soft weight at this and you miss it wide and you chip your red, you roll in per shot. So you want to come this way. Try to get shot stone, but if if you wreck and you don't throw it real hard, you may roll your shooter right into the 4-foot. That's why you want to throw this pretty soft. So probably something like hack weight would be ideal. Then that's a two-way shot. You either get rid of shot stone or you come off your own and roll into the 4-foot. First skip stone for Castleton. Well, they need to make this curl, and they missed this in the only way you couldn't miss it, which is missed it wide of the mark. If you wanted it over curled, you would have been fine. Had to make contact with a stone, either the red one or the yellow one. Now a little nail-biting time for Castleton as Harvard has a chance to get a second stone in. They got a couple options. I mean, you can draw the 4-foot. That's probably the easiest. They're looking at the tap up. The tap means line and weight. A little more difficult to get precision placement. Castleton's going to throw this out turn draw all day long if you don't cover it. The dangerous path is this one. Castleton has that for the win. If Harvard goes there first and gets buried, Castleton will have to outdraw the rock in the back. So the only rock that Castleton's concerned with is this rock in the back 8. They need to outscore that rock no matter what Harvard does here. They can afford to give up 1, but not 2. I think Harvard's overthought this one a little bit. Harvard just needs to draw the 4-foot. That would force Castleton to outdraw that rock on the back 8. Even if you make this, looks like a double or triple raise. Yeah, they could get a split to sit 3 here, but they would be 2 in the 12-foot probably. Oh, this is just wide. And that does it. Not enough. Castleton takes the win 6-5. Castleton goes 2-0. Harvard 2 falls to 1-1. We'll slide over to sheet 2, where Yale 2 and Syracuse are knotted up 6-6. They're in their last end of play. Syracuse with the yellow rocks. They have the last rock advantage this end. Yale 2 with the red rocks. Yale has shot rock in the top 8. Joseph Commissar for Syracuse. looking to draw in for shot stone. A little messy for the last end with hammer. Need to make something good happen here. Line looks great. He might get the little tap up for shot stone. Oh, they needed to go for weight. They're waiting for line. They needed to go for weight to get that there. Six, 4. We have another final, RIT 2 over pin 2, 6-4. Our last remaining game on the ice is Yale 2 and Syracuse. Syracuse looking to open things up. And that didn't help a lot. It did open up shot stone, I guess, a little. Yale trying to guard the hole to shot stone. That does the trick. Decision time for Syracuse. Probably drawing with her last, so it wouldn't be a bad idea to try and make this draw now. Only need to get full 8. Can go either way. Adam Wingert with his first, just looking to make a draw. Syracuse got 2 ways in. Even if they leave this one short, they'll have a tap up available, or they'll have the draw on the other side. Sweeping this awfully hard. Might be going for the raise. Oh, just overswept it. Got caught in between. Tap was probably not the greatest idea. Yale probably wants to sit 1-2 here. If you guard this side, the Syracuse will still have the in-turn draw to the full 8 foot. Ideal spot here would be behind these 2 yellows. If you can get here, that's a winner. Last skip rock for Yale. Syracuse has 1 more to come. This looks light and tight. Well, a couple choices. They just played the out-turn draw. Could play the in-turn draw. Syracuse just played this one. They could take a little more ice. Or they could draw the other way. I think they know the speed more on this out-turn side. They just threw it. Take a little extra ice. Syracuse just needs to get to middle 8. X marks the spot. This is for the game. Adam Wingert, last rock for Syracuse. Needs full 8 foot. Last rock, last end. Adam Wingert looking for full 8. Weight looks decent. Oh, and it picked. Unfortunate. And Yale will still to win. They win 7-6. Make it a final. And all the games are final on our Pool B Game 2 draw. We'll see you again in about an hour for the third game in Pool A, the deciding game to determine who makes the playoffs. Until then, this is the Utica Curling Channel. Have a nice day.